you've had this many safeties just in and out every single week? It's like it's a new crew every week.
We just try to roll our best unit out there, and availability is the best ability. And, you never know, this game is a game of attrition. It's also a game of production. So, each week in practice, we're going to practice everyone that's able, and we're going to attack the game plan and put the best 11 on the field.
Would you like to get through a game with your starters intact? That's a challenge that you can handle, but you probably don't want to if you don't have to.
That's the good thing about having the safety room that I have. We don't have a room full of selfish guys. We attack every week with all 9 or 10 guys in that room prepared to play the ball game. And when their number is called, for whatever reason, they're ready to go. For me, it's my job to get them all prepared. And I think our guys have taken that and grabbed that and rallied with it. They all love each other. They're all going to play together. And when their number is called, they know the expectations and the standards never lower. Everyone that gets an opportunity to step on that field is held to the same standard. So we're not concerned about who gets to play those reps. We're more concerned about, is everyone ready? So when their opportunity comes, it can be productive.
How would you grade how Delane did earlier this year with Preston that issue in the canteen last week?
We've got a ton of guys that are always going to be ready. That's one of the great things about having position flex in some of the guys. They're always going to be ready, and some of the guys will get opportunities to play multiple positions if they're ready, and we entrust in that. And Mansour has been one of those guys that have had that opportunity, and he's been ready when he's been called.
Were you impressed how quickly Canteen took to it last night? It sounds like he didn't practice it much. And then
Derek is a great football player. He has a good football mindset. He's a student of the game, so he prepares really well. And he understands the defense, and anything that he's called to do, we have confidence that he's going to be ready. It's very valuable to have those kind of guys on your football team. It makes the whole team better.
Nasir has been here a long time. I think 2018 was his signing class. He's one of the guys playing his last game, playing this weekend. What has he meant to the program and to the safety room over the years?
Nasir is a natural leader, and the guys listen to him. He's played the most reps in that room. He's probably played, probably the most reps on the defense. And what he's done for this program since he got here in 2018 is immeasurable. His leadership, his production on the field, the standard that he's set. He's a lead by example kind of guy. He can lead without having to be the loudest voice. Those are attributes that are very valuable to this football team. And what he's done for this program this year alone is immeasurable, and we're going to always be indebted for him.
Is just knowledge? What is the thing that stands out?
Yeah, to be a safety, man, you got to be a really instinctive, tough, smart person. And Nasir is all of those things. He understands defense. He understands progression. He's a tough guy, and he's smart. So a lot of that is a test to the success that he's been able to have on the football field.
How do you evaluate the growth Jones and Phillips have had this year, considering the positions they've been put in? Jalen having to play quite a bit, converting from wide receiver to nose, getting those reps as a freshman.
It's 1 week at a time. Inexperience is never going to be an excuse. We're always going to get better every week. And sometimes those measures are not always available for the naked eye. It's up to us to, dig deeply into these guys' progressions and evaluate the film and their performance with a fine-tooth comb and make sure that we are getting better in our deficiencies, and also, applauding these guys for the things that they're doing well. And I'm trying to do that every week in preparation to get these guys to go 1-0.
You encouraged at all by Strowman this week? You feel like he might be able to go?
You know what? We're going to attack every day, one day at a time. And who's available, we'll get to know that more as the week progresses. But right now, we're going to attack every day, one at a time, and we're going to prepare for everyone to have an opportunity to help this team win a football game.
Preparing for NC State, they have an offense that stresses all 3 levels. What have you seen with them, and specifically with Armstrong, that quarterback that they do well?
Armstrong has played a ton of reps. Multiple teams. He's seen a lot of different defenses. He's a smart guy. There's a great familiarity with the offense, having been with the OC before. So we know that he's going to be in a rhythm. And they have a lot of talent there. They got a receiver there that's a freshman that's doing a really great job and putting up a ton of numbers, experienced offensive line, a great stable of backs. So we know that offense is going to be a challenge for us. It's up to us to meet that challenge and do our part. We're going to be concerned about what we can control. We're going to put together a game plan that we can be confident behind, and we're going to go out and have fun in Lane Stadium on Saturday.
Your playing time overlap with Corey Moore, correct?
Yes.
What was he like back in the day?
You know, Corey Moore, I got to play 3 seasons with Corey here at Virginia Tech, and you know, we were really good friends. Corey was actually at my wedding. He was the energy guy. He was the guy that set the tone every day, not only in practice, not only in games, but even off the field. He was a tone setter, and you know, it was very valuable to have him a part of our program. You know, of course, he's being honored for something that he's earned, but when guys that were a part of this program earn these honors, like College Football Hall of Fame, we all feel rewarded. And he'll be the first to tell you that we couldn't do it without him, and he couldn't do it without us.
Is he as intense as he comes across? Like his eyes?
You know, that intensity is still inside. He's, you know, grown and gotten older, and I know it's still, that fight and fire is still in him. I can see it when I talk to him even now. But as you get older, you got to channel that, because you only have a few reps left in you the older you get, so you don't want to waste that energy.
You mentioned he's the energy guy. Did you see, like, was he, like Brent Pride mentioned, was he the guy that helped bring the energy to the defense that had been established here with Bud and Charlie and those guys? Or was it the other way around, the way the defense played, he was able to feed off that?
Oh, make no mistake about it, the standard was set when Corey got here. There are a ton of great players that played in this defense. There were guys like J.C. Price, Cornell Brown, Jim Barron, those guys, defensive linemen, that had set a really great standard. Coach Foster's defense and how fiery it was, the attacking style, it was here. Corey Moore just grasped the standard that was already set and took it to another level, and took advantage of his physical attributes, his mindset, his dedication to being the best, made that defense even better. So the standard was set, but he did a really good job of setting that standard even higher.
Was he a generational trash talker? What was he like in the field?
You know what,
I read
man?
a lot about him that he was
Corey was good at what he was good at, and he wasn't afraid of anything, and he wasn't afraid to tell you that he wasn't afraid of anything, and we like that about him. We appreciate it about him, and you know, some people call it trash talk, some people call it confidence, we call it Corey Moore, and we stood behind everything that he did. We were never ashamed of anything that he did, because we knew how he felt about this team, and he knew how we felt about him. So a ton of ball games were won at Virginia Tech because of that number 56.
You feel he played with a chip on his shoulder because people viewed him as a linebacker when he was playing defensive end?
I think he played with the chip on his shoulder because he wanted to be the best. I don't think he really ever cared about who thought he was too small or too slow or a linebacker or a hybrid. I think his dedication was always to be the best, and his dedication was to the other 10 men on the field, his friends around him, the fraternity that he was a part of. He's a loyal guy that is dedicated to being the best, and he was not going to stand for anything else.
What was he like when you saw him in Louisville? This guy still seemed.
You know what, man? It was so good to see him in Louisville, because Corey is one of the most supportive person that this program has. You know, and he believes in us, he believes in Coach Pry, and the first thing he said when we came off the field, even after the loss at Louisville, was, you guys are in the right place, and we got the right men, the right players. And for a former player to be able to look and be a part of that and have that same confidence, we know how much he cares about this program. You know, you can't fake love. He loves Virginia Tech, and Virginia Tech will always love him.